Hey guys, welcome to Ark Survival Evolved. Just a quick reminder that the game is in early alpha, so there will be bugs, and there's also the chance that some information will be outdated over time. So this video is for anyone that's just wanting to get started in the game. So when you first either join a server or you go to play local, once the game is loaded in, this should be the first screen that you see. And of course that just means that you're customizing your character. We won't worry too much about that. It's basically a bunch of either click some of the presets over here or play around with some of these settings. I'm just going to create this particular survivor and I'm going to choose North Zone 3. Okay, so here we go, create. There we go. So now you're loading in. You can see that you've just kind of figuring out, oh, I'm on a beach somewhere and I've got this weird thing in my wrist. So this is Ark Survival Evolved. You will have to forgive me for a little bit of frame rate lag. It's just inevitable with this particular game because it is beautiful. So you'll be thinking, what do I do on this beach? I've only just got here. I'm not really sure what's going on. If you're using the default configuration on your computer, you'll go up to something like this. You can tell what things you can pick up based on, how big they are. Don't worry too much about normal grass like this, but just don't worry too much. So something like this kind of sticks out a little bit. You can go up to it, you can hold down E, or you can keep pushing it. Either is fine, and you'll see that some stuff has gotten added to your inventory. And then you think, well, how do I get to my inventory? Well, you push I, and voila. So there's a little bit of information there. We will get to that at a later point. But you realize that you can't really do much apart from, eat these berries, which you can do by using item. Again, we'll go into that a little bit later. So if you're wanting to make any progress, you go up to a tree, you punch it with left click, you can hold that down, and it will just continue to punch it. You're going to want to get about 1 wood and maybe 10 thatch, I believe. So we've got 1 wood and 5 thatch, so we're going to need to punch down another one of these trees. Excellent. Now remember, this does do damage to you, so you may have noticed down in the bottom right corner we've got a plus and a lightning bolt. The plus is your health and the lightning bolt is your stamina. So over time, if you are just going to start punching things, including some dinosaurs, it will do damage to you. So just keep that in mind. Excellent. So now we've got our wood and 10 thatch. So at that point, you can go into craftables. Oh, not quite. So we are missing a stone. Again, all you need to do if you're just going to be picking things up, you may have noticed that there's a little hand near the middle right of my screen. That means that the current thing you need to do in order to interact with this item is use nothing, or otherwise just push E. However, if you see we go up to, say, a rock or a big boulder, that will change. So here we go. So you can see that hand has switched to a tool icon with a big no around it. So if you were to punch this, you're not going to get anywhere. So how do we do that? Well, we go over into craftables, and we can see that our engram for stone pick, an engram is just like a recipe. It makes it a little bit easier in order to know what you can make. So you can just double click on that, and voila, you've got a pick that's being made. So again, you can either just push I to go into your inventory. Otherwise, I do believe that you can push V. Yeah, there we go. So V also creates stuff. And then you can just drag that down. So stone pick is now forefront in my inventory. And there we go. So that's a parasaur. We'll get to that in another video most likely. So you start whacking away at the biggest boulder that you can find. Excellent. And so it will eventually break down. Kind of funny that you only get a few stones from such a big rock, but never mind. There are little piles of rocks. Like if you see a big pile of rocks kind of in one go and you can't pick it up with E, then you know that that's something that you have to hit with your pick. As you can see, I got to level up, so we'll go into that in a second. Go away. Excellent. So equip this or torch and use to harvest from this. So use is the E key. So in order to bring up a tool, you either have to push 1 to bring it up or to put it away. And as we can see over on the right, it's got the hand icon, so we need the hand to pick that up. Yeah, so you just can't pick up items like that if you've got the wrong tool equipped. So now we've got a level. So over on the bottom right here, you can see that we've got a whole bunch of pluses. So that's what I'm going to get into now. Health is a little bit obvious. It's the amount of hit points that you have in order to, stay alive. That will go down over time based on other things, so we'll keep that in mind. Stamina is something like, if you hold down shift, you can see that you'll start running. And if you're watching the lightning bolt down in my bottom, or in the bottom right hand of my screen, you can see that's going down. You can upgrade that so that you can end up running for longer periods of time. I think it's a pretty good idea. So we'll get into that. I might just check. No, that's a yellow one. Anyway, so what are we going to upgrade first? I tend to find that maybe either food or water might be more important for you to kind of get, just because with food you tend not to have a whole lot of it at the beginning. Again, you can just gather berries as you saw at the very, very start of our video. And then you can just go into I. You may want to drag them down onto your bar, and then you can just push the corresponding number for them. So there we go. Just consumed a whole bunch of berries. Berries will, give you both water and food, which is fantastic. So after we've got that, you can see that we've got engram points. So immediately after you choose one of these things, which I chose food, it should bring you up to the screen. The most important things that you'll probably want will be campfire, hatchet, and spear for your very first lot. You can either choose between that, but hatchet is the first one that you need to go. There we go. So we've learned stone hatchet, and then after that we learn campfire. Alrighty. So once we've got that, we need flint in order to make the nice lovely stone hatchet. I did have some, and then I had some technical difficulties, so I had to redo this little part. Sorry about that. So again, you grab your nice lovely stone pickaxe, you walk over to a nice lovely boulder, you head over to said boulder and you give it a good whack. Now there's a little bit of a difference between a pickaxe and a hatchet, or an axe rather. In this game it is pickaxe and axe. Now, despite what you'd probably think, a pickaxe actually gives you flint over stone, and when you hit a tree it gives you more thatch than wood. Whereas if you use a hatchet, it will give you both more wood when you're hitting a tree and more stone when you're hitting a stone, which I found very odd. But never mind. So here we go, double click on that, and then we'll collect a few more stones and some more thatch. So I'll just grab that thatch now. Voila! So you can see it actually makes it so much quicker when you end up doing it that way. So we'll grab our nice lovely hatchet there, and I'll just show you. So when you're hitting this, you'll get more flint, and then when you're using the hatchet, it gives you stone. You will obviously get some of the other type as well. That's just inevitable, but it's just ideal to kind of know what gives you more of. So just give me a second. So at this point you're probably noticing that your food and or water is probably getting a little bit low. So in order to make sure that you don't, die of dehydration, you can see that something new has been added to the bar over on the right, which is a bunch of stars. That is to do with torpor, which is regarding whether or not you fall unconscious because you haven't been taking care of your body. In order to refill your water, just go have a swim in the ocean. It doesn't matter. Apparently, the bodies in this game just have the ability to filter out salt. Or who knows, maybe it's just a lot of fresh water. Regardless, it works out pretty fantastically. So, after this point, we're going to hope that you've managed to gather a bunch of stones. And if you can go over to crafting, we're going to make a campfire. So again, you just need to make sure that you've got enough thatch, flint, stone and wood, which you can collect in the exact same way that we have been so far. You can just click on the item and go use from there, and then when you come outside you'll see that you can place something here, or you can drag it onto the bar. It uses it the exact same way, I just don't like it on there. Now as you can see, we've got the mightiest creature of all, we've got the dodos here, and we'll get to that in a second. I'm just going to show you how to use a campfire. You can see that as you're looking at it, you've got E for inventory, and this is the inventory of the campfire. You can drag over wood or thatch. Either of them can be used as fuel. I think wood is a little bit better. I think it does it by weight, but I'm not entirely sure about that one. But regardless, you put something flammable in there, you click light, and voila. From that point, if it's got fuel in its inventory, you can just immediately start or turn off the thing itself. It's not a huge deal. And let's conquer food now. So you can see that we haven't really got anything to attack with. So I have got to level 3, I think. So we're going to choose something else. I think I'll choose stamina. Right, and so here we go, we've got engrams again. I'm going to choose spear and water skin. Now, you don't have to choose that if you don't want to, but that's just what I've found works out kind of best in the long run. So we're going to need a little bit more wood, and we're going to need some hide, which we'll get very, very quickly. And then we'll show this guy who's boss. So let's get some wood. Okay. There we go, so there is our wood, and I need exactly one more, so let's just drop down this guy here. I know I only needed one, but that's fine, and we'll make our nice lovely spear. Cool. Alrighty. Just another point as well, you can click on these items and then go repair if you've got the ingredients to repair them. Although you may not be able to do it from there. I think it has to be in your inventory first, and then you go repair. If they're completely used and you just click on them though, like it will have a little icon saying that it's been completely damaged and you can't really use it. If you click on that button again anyway, it will try and repair it for you if you've got the items in your inventory. I think it's about half of the items you need in order to repair something. But regardless, we've got our nice lovely spear now, so let's go show this guy who's boss. 1, 2, fantastic, killed the dodo. E to drag, we'll just bring it back over here. Okay, I think you can push G as well, yeah. So G is another button for dragging. Now, I'm going to choose the hatchet. I believe it's the pickaxe for meat and the hatchet for hide. But I'm going to go for the hatchet just because I want to show you water skins. There we go. So we've got 9 hide from that. Alrighty. So we've got enough hide, and so we just need a little bit more fiber. Now, fiber is what you collect when you're picking berries and things like that. So if we go over here, a little bit of frame rate drop. Sorry about that. So there we go. A little bit of fiber. Now, you do want to get a water skin if you can. Because if you're not near the ocean, I realize that it's easy enough to just go for a dip like this. But if you're not near the ocean and you're a little bit further in, it can be very frustrating to try and run all the way over to the ocean. So let's just go over here and we'll create our nice lovely water skin. Lovely, lovely. Okay, and we're going to pop him down on the bar. I'm going to put him about there. Because I like my water skin, food, and then a torch, which I haven't actually made yet. Let's just make one of those. Haven't had to deal with a torch yet, just because, oh, there we go. Torch and food, there we go. So, torch, very easy to use, just in advance. You just push the icon, makes it brighter, it's fantastic. So, in order to use the water skin, you can see very, very quickly, if you're standing in water, you should just be able to see the button light up, and then you push that number, and if you're looking very, very carefully, you can see at the very bottom, instead of a green bar, it's a blue bar. That's just to show you how much water you've got. If you're outside, I don't think it will let you use water unless you're thirsty, Oh, there we go. So now we're a little bit thirsty, and voila. You do want to save your water for a little bit because it does try and use it all in one go. But again, I mean, they're very easy to fill up anyway, so there you go. And that water skin will leak over time. Apart from that, you can kind of get the idea from there. You just choose what you want to upgrade. Things that you choose from in here will show up under craftables, and then the things in craftables will tell you what they want. So I think the only other thing is cooking, so we'll just grab some meat, and yeah, I think we'll be able to end the video after that. Now, there were some more dodos around here somewhere. Oh, okay. Just in terms of combat, this guy is a dillo. He's probably one of the more common guys that you'll end up seeing on the beach that will try and kill you. So, to these guys, they will spit stuff at you, so just keep that in mind. Okay, there we go. So that's 1 level 24. You can just see that guy tried to spit something at me. And that's their broke. There we go. So killed him as well. Yeah, they will often be around in packs, so just keep that in mind. If they say mate boosted, that means that they've got someone else nearby that can help them out. So we'll just take our pickaxe to these guys. We'll get some hide and some meat. We should actually be getting more meat than that, but never mind. There we go. Alrighty. So yeah, spears will just have a chance of breaking. You can get an upgraded version of it much later in the game, but at this stage you just get normal spears. So yeah, just keep that in mind. We'll just access the inventory here. Pop our meat in there, as well as some thatch, I think. Light it up, and voila. So you can see that my character is quite hungry after attacking things. That's just the way of life, that's just how it works. I'll just eat a few of these berries to tide the character over until we've got some more meat. But yeah, that's about it. So access inventory, you get to that menu again by just holding it down. Drag the food over in here. I think it's only meat that you can cook in there. But you just bring it back over here. I'm going to pop it down onto my nice lovely inventory there. Push 9. Voila. Now consumed. Fantastic. And yeah, meat is worth a lot more in terms of hunger than, you know, berries and things like that. So that's probably what you want to do. I think it's about like, what is it? I think it gives you about 10 or 20 food. Let's just watch it. So we're on 20 now. There we go. So yeah, it gives you about 20 food as opposed to like a few points from a berry. But apart from that, I think that's about it. It's getting to be nighttime, so make sure that you've got your torches, guys. And yeah, hope that you guys enjoy this game, and we'll see you guys next time for more tutorials and things. Have a good day.